Fortnite's most terrifying new collaboration is being teased, as well as the first major events map change in-game, and you gotta see it. We're back in Fortnite, and we've just seen some interesting map changes, hinting at what is coming in this season's live events, but also a rather unexpected and frankly terrifying new boss is on its way. So let's start here with the first major event map change. Something huge has been discovered here at the Resistance base. It is the first major map change of this season, and it seems to be the beginning of this upcoming live event. Yo, no way! A hologram of the Death Star! Hold up! Yo! Hey, the Death Star! Holy smokes, this is kinda sick and there ain't no mistaking it. This is new and this is probably one of the more worrying things we've seen in Fortnite since the beginning of this season. It's true, a hologram of the Death Star has recently been added, and it can be found here at the Resistance base, the home of the rebels, with Hope and Jones. You know, the good guys. We can assume that they are planning some kind of mission that involves attacking the Death Star, but it is not just a hologram of the Death Star we need to be worried about. Another hologram has appeared in-game, which can be found hidden as the Vader Samurai Solitude. Another hologram, but this time, instead of the Death Star, it's the Star Destroyer. Whoa! Hey, yo, Epic, this is kind of epic, but hey, I gotta ask the question, why a Star Destroyer? Yo, and whatever the answer is, make it fast. Sorry, jump scare, surprise, supporter creator code. Hashtag ad, hashtag I'm an Epic Games partner. If you like these videos, enter my supporter creator code in. It helps me out a bunch. I really appreciate it, guys. Alright, back to the video. We already know there is an upcoming update called Star Destroyer Bombardment, in which it is believed that we, the players, will be able to play as an actual Death Star and attack our island. Yeah, very similar to how the players could play as Godzilla, but instead of a giant lizard monster, it's gonna be one of the iconic Star Destroyers. So with a name like Star Destroyer Bombardment, which seems to be the name found in the game's files, it is likely the case that the hologram found here is in fact a teaser for the upcoming updates that is right around the corner. It does also make sense why it is found here at Vader Solitude. We have just seen Darth Vader appear in-game as a talking AI bot, which obviously came with a couple of flaws.
EBD toilets.
But it seems Darth Vader is being pushed as the current active villain on our island. So if Vader is here, and this Star Destroyer hologram is here, we could just put two and two together and assume this is for one big build-up for this upcoming Star Destroyer Bombardment event. This is the purpose of the Star Destroyer hologram. But what is the purpose of the Death Star hologram? Well, we have recently discovered what's the name of this season's final live event is, and more directly, what will be happening in this event. That this live event will be called the Death Star Sabotage Live Event. The Death Star will be destroyed in this season's live event, and it will have many similarities to the Operation Skyfire event. We, the players, will be exploring the Death Star and will follow a currently unknown character around to complete tasks. Yes, this is very similar to the UFO event when we were abducted into the sky and had to run around and escape. But this time, it is no UFO. It is the Death Star. The loopers might use a 0-point shard to push the Death Star through a portal, which causes it both to explode and destroy parts of our Battle Royale island. So we should expect to see an explosion happening within the Death Star, causing it to be wrecked. We should also expect to find some kind of rift opening up, sucking in the Death Star, taking the villains away from our island forever. We can see multiple green lasers must first activate and meet in the center of the Death Star before it can shoot. So that must mean before we get this final event in game, all of the green lasers must first power up. We are looking here at the official countdown in the final days before this season's ending. Yeah, and I happen to think these hologram things are pretty epic. I'm inside the Death Star. I'm a Death Star. Yo, this is what it's gonna be like in the event. Except with an actual Death Star and not a hologram.
Stupid.
A event is over. Fortnite's most terrifying new collab is being teased, and you won't believe it. It seems we have a new boss coming to Fortnite, and it also seems to be directly connected to a well-known horror game called Poppy Playtime. Yeah, that terrifying blue monster that's been giving people nightmares for years has been confirmed to be in the files coming to Fortnite. And the proof of it is in-game, and it's kind of crazy. Damn! Bro is really after me, huh? Poppy Playtime is an indie horror game that has done many collaborations before Fortnite, but it seems new information has been announced that is confirming that this monster is coming as some kind of new boss to the game. And when I say a boss, it could be an in-game boss that the players have to defeat. Maybe it drops a mythic, or... Oh, hold on one sec. That's the guy that's got the mythic. It could just be one of those playable bosses, you know, like Godzilla, that we get to play in-game for fun. Damn, you know bro is mad, dog. He worked so hard for this, and I'm just claiming the loot. Don't mind me. The developers of Poppy Playtime have recently confirmed that Poppy Playtime will have a upcoming appearance in Minecraft and Fortnite, which confirms that we should definitely be expecting to see this in-game real soon. Yo! So whether this is coming in the next updates, in next season's updates, or maybe next year, I suppose we don't exactly know. But we're all excited to find out. Hey bro, round one, I won, dog. You crashed before me.
Alright, dog, that's about it.
Ah, snap. Yo, stop. Yo, stop. I was joking, dog. I'm on your team. Psych. Yo, what's up, bro? What's up, dog? Ain't nobody at Epic Games thought that this is how this should go down, bro. Ain't nobody thought that. Yo, bro is trying me, bro. Yo, bro is trying me. I'll go 1 HP. I'll go 1 HP. What? JK, I actually survived because I have a jetpack. Yeah, what you just saw was your imagination. I lived. Yeah, the arrival of Poppy Playtime will actually be insane. I don't think we've had a scary collab all the way since Halloween last year. And because they're talking about this happening soon, it's probably not gonna happen at Halloween. So maybe we got a spooky season coming our way. And of course, Five Nights at Freddy's, when Epic, when? Bro. How? How do I get so unlucky? Bro, I don't get an instant replay where this guy was. I don't get nothing. Bro, I faked the video. I actually died the first time. I managed to get all of the same items, including a jetpack, so I could make it look like I didn't die. But then Karma got me in the form of Goku. Nah, whatever, Epic.